Folks, we are now joined at Radio Row by Tszyu, WBO junior middleweight champion of the world. We also have executive extraordinaire Steven Espinoza. Thank you guys so much for jumping on with us.
Fantastic to be here.
Appreciate it.
Tim, how you doing? You got like a month away for a mega fight here in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena against Keith Thurman. Do you get jitters this far out, or do you not even care until the fight night or whatever it is?
Nah, man. The only problem, the only man that should be counting down the days is Thurman. You know, this is just another day in the office for me.
Tim, why do they call you the Soul Taker?
Easy, man. Easy. There's one way, you know, and that's the only way. I take people, take them to the deep waters and drown them. It's quite electrifying, and it's a style that I bring that you don't just try and knock them out. You try hurt them and try just break every part of them, and that's why they call me the Soul Taker.
I got goosebumps right now.
I was going to say, that's a good description right there, Soul Taker.
You guys scared?
A little bit, so I'll talk to Steven right now.
I think I'm more excited than anything.
But Steve, before I asked him about fighting Keith Thurman, for you, you know, Amazon Prime, getting into boxing, first pay-per-view bout for you guys. You know, for a long time, you were on the other side. Maybe I'm not supposed to say the name anymore.
No.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to say with Showtime Sports, obviously, you know, well-decorated career and executive over there. But for getting Prime in boxing and getting this mega bout and the main event with Tim here, how did that come about for you guys?
Well, you know, the funny thing is once you sort of get bitten by the boxing bug, it's hard to get it out of your system. And so, you know, Showtime Sports came down. There's another opportunity with Amazon Prime. And I think it shows the confidence that everyone has in Tim to headline the very first event on Prime. And the confidence that he's the type of fighter that people who are not acquainted with boxing are going to enjoy seeing. And so I think that's something that says a lot about Tim's style and his entertainment value to say, look, first time ever that boxing is on Prime in the U.S., you know, it's Tim that they're leaning on. And he's got that kind of style. You know, there's not a lot of messing around, not a lot of feeling out. You know, from when the bell rings, there's going to be pressure, there's going to be all action. And those are the types of fighters that fans love.
Yeah. Go ahead, Fernando.
I know now why you're the Soul Taker. 24-0, 17 knockouts. Just what have you so far? I mean, it's a very young career, but just what have you kind of taken away so far from your young career?
Look, in Australia, I've already done 13 pay-per-views, 2 stadium fights. I've been there and done that in Australia, and I've sort of outgrown the space. And for me, it was a big honor doing it all, starting that early, being able to connect with the Australian public. And for me now is to bring this style, this entertainment type of fights to the States. It's been a big dream of mine. And we're doing it on such a big occasion on the opening of Amazon Prime, T-Mobile Arena, against a worthy opponent such as Keith Thurman. So, you know, this is a pinch yourself moment, something that you dream about as a young kid, and I'm finally living it.
Tim, you mentioned a worthy opponent in Keith Thurman. Some people might say he's maybe a little older, maybe you know, past his prime. You know, no pun on Amazon Prime, sorry. But for you to fight Keith Thurman, I know you're going for the best of the best. Do you still see, you know, the old Keith Thurman, one-time Keith Thurman with the punching power that, you know, we saw him fight all the great fighters maybe 4 or 5 years ago? For you, it's still intriguing, or it's kind of like, you know, I'm okay with it, but it's a good main event and a good stepping stone for you to be here in Las Vegas?
No, it's intriguing. You know, this is such a big moment for me. You know, and I'm seeing the best Keith Thurman out there. I'm hoping he's refreshed and rejuvenated and he's ready to go and he's jumping off his skin to fight. And he's got no injuries and he's sweet. I'm hoping for that, you know. I'm hoping there's no excuses. And as they all say, 24 have said the same thing. I'm in the best shape of my career, you know. I just want to prove that, you know. And I want to hear the Soul Taker, you know. I want him to feel that, you know. So yeah, that's what it's all about.
I got scared to get
it. Yeah,
no,
I admit it, man.
No, I don't know. I see that killer instinct in his eye. Look at it. Look. There. I mean, Keith Thurman's gonna have a rough one, but. Steven, when you look at this pay-per-view, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, we had Raleigh on yesterday. He's fighting Pitbull. He called him a pug, but
Chihuahua pug.
Yeah, exactly.
All kinds of
And then you have Thurman and Tim. just the two co-main events. Just talk a little bit about how excited you guys are for this.
I mean, it's fantastic. There's another really fun fighter to watch on there, Sebastian Pondora.
Oh yeah,
For guys who haven't seen him, he's
very tall.
6'7", 154 pounds. You know, I don't know if you guys remember it. There's Kareem Abdul did a karate movie with Bruce Lee a while back. You know, that's what Fondora looks like in the ring. It looks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing karate. You know, and who knows? Down the road, you know, you got one 54-pounder, another 54-pounder. That would be a brutal fight because those are two guys who just like to stand in the middle of the ring and throw punches. And same thing you can say about Rolly. The same thing you can say about Isaac Cruz. You know, you've got a lot of action on this card.
Steven, he's a soul taker. You don't want it. You don't want it.
I know. Sebastian's a nice kid.
I know. That's what I
want to do.
We've interviewed him before. He's a nice kid. I don't know if you want him.
Tim, for you, you know, if you beat Keith Thurman, it's looking like all signs are pointing to. Maybe we can ask Steven this question, but you know, Bud Crawford, Terence Crawford, the undisputed champion at welterweight. I know he lost a belt there, but for you, is that something you really want? You're pushing a fight up. I know you're in a different weight class too. You know, does that matter? You know, what weight class, and do you want that fight?
Just want the biggest names are 154, you know. Crawford, Errol Spence, if that means so, you know. Hopefully Charlo comes back as well, you know. I'm waiting for. I'll be waiting on the doorstep for him. Look, whoever, man, I'm really easy.
Well, not easy, but
I'm easy to make things happen.
There you go. There's a guy I'd like to see you in the ring with.
Yeah, tell me.
Canelo Alvarez.
Oh man, that'd be an honor.
What do you think about that fight?
Oh man, that's another pinch yourself type fight. He's definitely cemented his name in history, and he chooses his fights, you know. So, look, if my name gets out of the hat, then I'd take it with both hands, and I'm sure I'd put a tremendous task for him.
What is your father meant to you throughout your career?
He's a big influence. What he did, how he acted, the way he was as a person, and the way he was as a fighter. 140 pounds, he was one of the best of all time, you know. And he's definitely created some history-making moments, and that's what I plan to do as well.
We're checking out his record and who he fought, and it was like, oh, Ricky Haddon, Julio Chavez Jr. And senior. Yeah. And sorry, senior. I don't know why I got that wrong, but el gran campeón. Yeah. But for us, you know, your dad beat him, so we're Mexicans, so it's kind of like, oh, that kind of hurts a little bit. But do you remember those old days and those fights and seeing him compete? Yeah,
for sure. I remember the days of his peak. Definitely the Zab Judah knockout. You know, I think that was a historic moment as well. Here at the MGM. He was one hell of a fighter, and he fought a lot of great fights.
So I see obviously that you were a soccer player at the beginning. Got a two-parter for you. What made you switch over to boxing? Was it it's in my blood, it's in my family? Was it that, or what kind of led you to switch over to soccer? To boxing.
To boxing. I think not being forced to do something that you don't want to do anymore. I think parents wanted me to stay away from boxing due to the fact that they know exactly what it's all about. So I knew how to punch before I knew how to walk. You know, it was in my blood. Watching boxing fights from the day one. You know, so when I got to make the choice, I was quite pumped for it.
Favorite soccer player?
Right now?
Or of all time, whatever.
I'd say the Brazilian Ronaldo. I used to love him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Tim, you know, earlier you mentioned, you know, maybe Jermell Charlo, I'm assuming. You know, what I guess intrigues you about going back to him and fighting him, and it got messy when you're trying to get him in the ring, and he went to go fight Canelo. But you know, why is that still a fight you want to get to?
It's simple, unfinished business. You know, we've got things to take care of still.
Steven, do you think that fight could happen? Because he has so many options. I'm guessing now with Prime, you know, Bud Crawford, Charlo, Canelo, even.
Yeah, there's some process. I mean, Jermell's got some stuff to clean up, in his personal life. But assuming that happens, look, there's a lot of water under the bridge on that fight. There's a lot of buildup. It would be a shame for all that trash talk to lead nowhere. So I think that's what Tim's, not saying. It's sort of like, you talk that much trash with somebody and not get the payoff of actually fighting. You want to get the payoff and shut them up.
And just to follow up, Steven, I guess how many fights should we expect in 2024 on Prime?
About 12 to 15,
Wow.
for the remainder of the year. So it's going to step in and be really active. Some pay-per-views, some that are only on Amazon Prime. But the pay-per-views will be available everywhere. You can buy them on Prime. You can buy them on a regular cable. You can buy them all the usual ways. It's just, we'll be leaning on Prime to help spread the sport, hopefully into homes that it hasn't been before.
Tim, when you obviously are from Australia, so Vegemite, yes or no?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Have you had Steven try it?
Nah, have you tried it?
He hasn't sent me. I
No.
didn't get the care package.
I
no.
don't want to give it to anyone.
Caramello koala.
Caramello.
I'm looking up like
Yeah.
it's the koalas, the chocolate koalas. You ever try that? No.
Oh yeah, those ones. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Cool.
about shapes?
Oh yeah. Oh, you guys don't have that?
No.
Oh.
No. Yeah, I'm just
That's my
going through.
childhood, actually. Yeah.
Cheezels?
Oh yeah, cheezels.
They're good?
they're good actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going through. Snakes alive? Lollies?
Yeah. Snake lollies.
Yeah.
I'll recommend
That's
them.
a lot of junk food for a fighter. He's saying
Twisties?
Yeah, he's saying yes.
I'm
to
not a
everything.
fan of twisties.
No.
No.
Gummy bears apparently too,
No,
Fernando.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, Vegemite is always the one. Milo?
Oh, Milo.
Milo.
Yeah, it's like hot chocolate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I just wanted to go through some of those things.
Are you hungry, bro?
No.
There's a lunch break
No,
coming.
no. The problem is that not the problem, but I hear people always talk. Australians always talk about Vegemite, and there's always like a hit or miss. So I wanted to see what Tim felt about Vegemite and
not
some
for
of that
me,
stuff.
man. Apparently, the way to do it is you got to eat bread with butter, and then you do a touch of Vegemite.
Okay.
But what the American public thinks is that we just eat it off a spoon, which is definitely not recommended. I would not do that.
Tim, just last one for me. What's something that you like? What's your favorite cheat meal? What's a cheat meal?
meal? I'd say burger.
Burger.
Yeah.
From where?
Home
Home?
cooked. Yeah,
home
yeah,
cooked.
home
Okay,
cooked,
so
yeah.
you're not gonna get into the Whataburger In-N-Out debate
Nah,
or anything like that.
In-N-Out's pretty good.
Okay.
I got a private chef, so he does it. I
Oh, there you go.
I can't mess with him.
There
Like
you
he
go.
gets a bit upset over these things.
Let's shout him out a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's
shout out to Omar, fight chef.
There you go, Gilbert. Are you anything else?
Just one more for me, Tim. You mentioned being in stadium fights in Australia. Like, what was that experience for you being in your home country for that?
Yeah, that's crazy. When you're walking out and you still see the sky, and the stadium's massive. It's pretty unreal, and the support there's been again incredible to have that type of support. And yeah, I'm blessed.
Maybe one day a stadium in the United States,
That'd be
maybe one here
unreal,
in Las
man.
Vegas.
Unreal.
Do you watch football at all? And do you care for Super Bowl?
NFL? Yeah. I've started. Let's just say I've started a little bit.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Patrick Mahomes this weekend. So yeah, I'm slowly getting into it. It's still a bit slow for me.
Okay.
Steven?
I'm a 49ers guy. Although, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I've got some friends on the Niners. So I'm picking the Niners.
Executive extraordinaire Steven Espinoza. Folks, if you want to see a soul being taken away, March 30th, Saturday, Thurman Zoo, Raleigh Pitbull. It's going to be awesome. Tim, congratulations. Good luck. We're excited to see you take another soul.
Exactly. Appreciate it.